What's up? How you doing? Here we are, beautiful evening on a Tuesday. And in my time, Tuesday meant one thing: Happy Days at 8 o'clock. Two things: Laverne and Shirley at 8:30. We don't have those anymore. Anyway, have a beverage there. I'm going to try it tonight for the first time. That's water. But I have here Jefferson's Reserve. Right? I've never tried this before. So Jefferson's Reserve, very old Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, very small batch. This is 90.2 proof. I'm only gonna have a little bit. I have a teeny weeny glass here. Hear that teeny weeny glass? That's all. So, very old Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Let's see what's going on here. They have a little cutout of Jefferson up top. I don't know if you can see that, but it's there. So we open it up and we try a little bit. Always drink in moderation. Do not drink and drive. It's ridiculous. People still do that, you know. It's like, if you are not stable, get a taxi, Uber, walk, leave your car behind. You'll live another day. I know it's a little inconvenient, but who cares? So only a little bit. That way you don't wake up the next day with radiation sickness, and nighttime you won't be able to find your room if you have too much. So you drink to enjoy a little bit. If you have too much, it's going to make you sick and it's going to ruin your life. Wow. Nice. Get that. Has a good, pleasant to the nose. It's very good. Once again, Jefferson Reserve. Looks like a big cologne bottle. Take some of that and, you know. So let's see what's going on here. Very pleasant. Very good. Yeah, it's got a good aroma. So it says very old. I don't know how old this is. Very old. It could be anything. Doesn't have any indication of how old. Maybe up here. Nope. Let's try it out. That is good. Very good. Very smooth. And when you breathe out, you get a bit of that flavor. So yeah, I recommend this highly. It's not bad. It's pretty good. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. So if you see this, pick up a bottle and drink responsibly. The hard stuff is nothing to mess with. And I'm home, but I'm still not going to have, you know, a lot. Nice night. I'm expecting the crows to start flying overhead. I could hear them in the distance. Oh, here comes a little kitten. Little kitten. So tonight we're eating chicken. It's quiet, peaceful. Sometimes I wish I had a ranch, you know, like a place you go and kick back. Not to live there permanently, but kind of like a vacation type place. But, you know, I have like maybe 150 chickens. I'm not a fan of goat. They have weird eyes, and you know, they're always watching you from a different angle. So not a fan of goat, sheep. But I would have 150 chickens, a couple of cows in the distance, maybe a Clydesdale, or what's the other one called there? That other big one, what's it called there? Can't think of the name, but it's a very big horse. Belgium. Yeah. I'd have that, and then I'd have one of those cows, you know, the ones with the mutation in the gene there that makes them extra muscular. The blue bull. I was gonna say blue balls, but no, yeah, I'll find it here. They're really muscular cows, or bulls. See if I can find it. It literally looks like a cow on steroids, and a lot of steroids. If I show you a picture, you'll be amazed. If I could find it. Oh yeah, here we go. I mean, look at that. I'd have a couple of those. What else? I mean, they are muscular. Let me check. Yeah, it's called a Belgian Blue. Belgian Blue. Look at that. That's large. I don't know what the meat. I wouldn't kill it. I'd just have it as a pet. I mean, look how big that is. So I'd have him as a pet, and maybe a couple of canaries. A couple of canaries. I would train them to stay within the property. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. It's like, it's not a cheap, you know. It's got a rich flavor to it. There's a lot of little components in there, but you know, there is some cheap whiskey you buy and it's horrible. It's like rubbing alcohol. This is not it. So you get like a ranch, then you can get a dog, right? You don't have to worry about walking it. You just release it and the dog will do its business and come back. Yeah, I enjoy watching birds fly by. I'm always wondering, where are they going? Do they even know where they're going, or are they just flying around wherever they end up? Because that's the way I was when I hung around other kids, early on in life. We had no plan. We just got together and then we walked, and wherever trouble was, we would find it. So, but it was good times. Yeah, a certain part of the year, I gotta jot it down when it is, but there's a certain time of year where hundreds and hundreds of crows show up, and they fly by, and it's usually around 6:30 at night, but the whole sky fills up with crows. Looks like a Hitchcock movie. That was my daughter. She had to go in the motor car, get her homework, I guess, and then she went around. I thought she was gonna knock the camera over. Could happen, you never know. Yeah, I will say it again though, this kind of stuff is enjoyed only in moderation. I mean, can you imagine drinking this whole thing? Drink the whole thing, what's gonna happen? Well, first, you're gonna fall off the chair. And then somebody's gonna have to help you inside. You won't be able to find your room. Then you go to bed, and it's not gonna be a good sleep. You'll be, awake a little bit, asleep again, awake, sleep, all that. The next day when you get up, you're gonna have a hangover. It's not worth it. I don't get that stuff because I only have a little bit. That's it, a little bit. Now they have, ooh, there's a big bird going. Now they have, speaking of big bird, hold on. I'll be right back. Tough to get in here. I am back. Look what I got. Big bird. I always thought Big Bird was a girl, but apparently Big Bird is a boy, right? With that snuffleupagus, whatever. See, when I was a kid and I would watch Sesame Street, snuffleupagus was only visible, or would only come by to Big Bird's vision. They were best friends, and only Big Bird, Big Bird would say, "Oh, Mr. Snuffleupagus." Everybody thought, Big Bird was on hallucinogens. And then now, I think now it's been revealed that he's real. But in the old shows, when I was growing up, Snuffleupagus was, everybody thought, in Big Bird's imagination. Look at that, what a... Does not fly. Does not fly. I don't know what kind of bird this is. It's almost like half chicken. It's like a chicken. Big fan of Sesame Street. Brings back good memories. Yeah, this morning was foggy out here. But then, by the time 7:15 rolled around, it was clear. It was clear. People are going to start cooking now. Around this time I could smell Sometimes, you know, that sweet chicken smell, I can smell that. Sometimes I smell onions, and it's not me. Sometimes I smell fish. Sometimes I smell oil, like heating up. You know that smell? I hear a mama's boy. You hear that? That's a mama's boy overcompensating. You ever run into these dweebs, you know, at school? They're like 5'2", and they have that, you know, complex there where they have to act tough because they're short. Yeah, and then you kind of lift your foot up and squash them, and then they regret playing the tough guy. Yeah, that's what that is. They put a lot of noise on their car, gives the impression tough guy in there, but in reality, what is it? Mama's boy. Mama's boy going home, get a little kiss on the cheek from mama, and then go straight to the basement, play cards by themselves. Oh, another bird. Another one. Wow, what is that? That's a big bird. It's a big bird. Not this big bird. Yeah, like I said in other videos, the first shot, I mean the first sip of the shot, it's good. But then if you compare it to the third, fourth, and fifth sip, it's not that good. So the more you have, up to a point obviously, the better the beverage tastes. So I think it's your mind saying, if I have to put up with this stuff, at least I'm going to pretend it's good. It is. It is, but you know, you don't want to have too much though, right? You have too much of this, you start biting your tongue by accident. Yeah, not bad. Can't wait till Fargo comes back. Fargo, the television show. I love the movie. And then, what are you doing? I love the movie Fargo, but then the television show was really good. The first one was William Macy was in it. Those kind of shows I like. That's right up my alley. That speaks to me. What I don't like is fantasy television or movies. You know, I don't like that. Lord of the Ringworms. I don't like Lord of the Ringworms. Okay, go home with the shifting. Yeah, shift. I remember my wife, my bride, you know, she took me to see Lord of the Ringworms many years ago. And after, like, I don't know, maybe 7 minutes, I was like, oh man, when's this movie going to be over? Little did I know that that movie is like the longest movie in the history of the planet. It kept going and going. I mean, there were many instances where I was like, okay, it could end here right now. The screen would become black, only to go to another scene. And I just couldn't stand that movie. Any kind of movie like that, I don't like them at all. They bore me. I want to see things like, you know, drama, suspense, horror, humor, comedy, you know, stories that exist in our reality, not in a different dimension, out in space with advanced weaponry. I don't like that kind of stuff. It just shuts my mind off. So, yeah, I'd rather stay at home than to go see movies like that. But my family They like that kind of stuff. So they want me to be there as company. They like to torture me when they take me to these movies. Now they're watching it, they're enjoying it, and my mind inside, I'm thinking, when is this going to be over? You know, I'm looking around, I'm checking out the audience, I'm looking at the reaction. So, yeah, those kind of movies, I can't relate to them, and they just don't interest me at all. Not even a little bit. I can't even fake it. You know? If they said to me, why don't you wait out here? We're going to go see Lord of the Ringworms. I'll say, I'll wait out here. You go see it. I'll just, you know, I'll people watch. But yeah, I'm not a fan of those kind of movies. Star Wars, garbage. Garbage. They've convinced generations of people that those are good movies. That they're not good movies. They're not. Horrible. You know, I like things like The Godfather, Dog Day Afternoon, Schindler's List, Ishtar. I don't know, that was you know, Goodfellas, The Deer Hunter, things like that. That's the kind of stuff I like. Funny movies, you know, clever comedy. And I like comedy that, boom, the laughter is automatic. I don't want to see comedy where I'm forcing myself to laugh because I'm supposed to. I will not laugh. Wow, that little thing taking a long time to finish. But when I go and I see these movies where, you know, they resemble like zombies running around, or vampires that do not look like Bela Lugosi, I do not like those movies. When I want to see a vampire movie, I want to see something that looks like Dracula from Romania. I don't want to see these vampires that look like they're from another dimension. They don't even look like Dracula. They have long hair. They look like hippies from 1964, 65. Actually 67, 69. Yeah. And I never, you know, would go and see movies like that, so I didn't even know they existed. You know, I like movies that are written in our time, in our, not time, it could be any time, it could be the 50s. The 50s were never completed though. But I like movies that resemble the reality we live in. I mean, I like Back to the Future. We don't have a reality like that. I wish I had a DeLorean with a flux capacitor, where I could go in different times, backwards, forwards. But we don't have that. But I enjoy those movies because they're still in our reality, right? What's another good movie? I'm trying to think something that I enjoyed a lot. Like I said, Deer Hunter was, for me, good. What if that spider is gone? That these big spiders at night, they make their webs like a work of art, and then in the morning time they take them down only to repeat the process the next day. So, Stand By Me. Love that movie. Stand By Me. That's like my childhood. I always tell people, you know, if you want to get a glimpse of what I was like and what I did when I was a kid, see the movie Stand By Me. That's the way it was for me. Now they sit there with their phones. That was good. That was good. That's enough for tonight. Yeah, I only have a little bit. I don't sit there and keep going and going and going. I want to be aware of my surroundings. And when I go out, 1 or 2 is the rule. If I'm there for a couple of hours and I'm eating a meal, I gotta have 1 beer. even 2 if I'm there for a couple of hours. But I will not go beyond that. I will not be like, you know, and then I'm like, okay, I gotta go now. I don't do that. I do not do that. Anyway, that's it. Go inside, see what's going on with everyone, and my wife is cooking tonight. She's got her own secret recipe. Can't watch because, you know, doesn't want you knowing what it is. And then we have a good meal. You know, I hint that I want to watch The Love Boat, and they think I'm kidding. They put some other, you know, they put that Gordon Ramsay guy yelling. I want to sit down, get my meal going, and I want to watch 2 episodes of The Love Boat. Nice, cheesy, corny, but I want to see it. See The Love Boat. You think about it, everybody on The Love Boat was flirting with all the passengers. Nowadays, they'd give you the hike. Go find another job. But back then, even the captain was bringing women back to the cabin. Can you imagine that today? The woman would own the boat after. All right, I'm gonna go in. That's it for now. Ciao.